I'm a doctor in the year 2126. My patients are 130 years old, biologically 40. We don't just treat disease anymore, we rewrite damaged cells with nanotechnology, regenerate organs from a patient's own DNA, and test every procedure on a living digital twin before it ever touches the body. In the morning, I might recalibrate a human brain. By noon, I'm performing surgery in orbit through robotic hands hundreds of kilometers away. And in the afternoon, I'm helping a teenager disconnect from a virtual world more real than reality itself. We've extended life beyond 140 years. We've defeated most cancers. We can edit genes, rebuild bones, and repair lungs grown in a lab. But one thing hasn't changed. When someone looks at me with fear or hope, I'm not just working with code and cells. I'm working with a human life. I am a doctor in the year 2126. Every morning, when I wake up, the first thing I feel is not urgency, not exhaustion, but stillness. The world has become faster, almost instantaneous in the way it moves and thinks, yet my profession still demands calm. Without it, decisions become dangerous. And in my work, every decision carries the weight of a human life. My day begins before I open my eyes. A medical interface embedded beneath the skin of my wrist synchronizes with the global health grid. During the night, clinical AI systems analyze billions of data points, fluctuations in patients' microbiomes, subtle genetic expressions, radiation levels on orbital platforms, environmental risks in Martian colonies. All of it is condensed into a priority briefing waiting for my review. In the 21st century, doctors read charts. In the 22nd, we study living simulations. Every patient now has a dynamic biological twin. A continuously updated digital model that includes their genome, epigenetic markers, neural patterns, immune memory, even behavioral metrics. Before we treat a person, we test interventions on their simulation. We don't guess anymore. We calculate probabilities with astonishing precision. But calculation does not replace judgment. The final decision is still mine. I work at a center for regenerative and adaptive medicine based in Kiev. Physically, I am here. Practically, I am everywhere. Our clinic is part of a distributed medical network that spans Earth, lunar settlements, and Martian habitats. Distance has become a technical detail rather than a limitation. My first patient today is 132 years old. Biologically, she is 39. She has come in for scheduled neural recalibration. Even with advanced regeneration therapies, the brain accumulates microdisruptions over time, noise in synaptic transmission, inefficiencies in memory indexing. What used to be called aging is now classified as progressive system drift. We place her in a controlled neurosleep state. Medical nanites enter the bloodstream and travel toward targeted cortical regions. Above her, a three-dimensional holographic model of her brain rotates slowly, highlighting areas marked for correction. The AI suggests two options: standard stabilization or enhanced cognitive expansion. I choose stabilization. In 2126, the line between therapy and enhancement is thin. As physicians, we are guardians of that boundary. Extending life is one thing. Redefining humanity is another. My second case involves a man returning from 20 years in a Martian colony. Low gravity reshaped his physiology. On Mars, his skeletal density adapted to lighter gravitational stress. Back on Earth, microfractures have begun forming under full gravity load. We initiate in vivo bioprinting. A programmable scaffold is injected directly into compromised bone structures. Stem cells activate and begin rebuilding density layer by layer. Simultaneously, we apply temporary gene modulation to increase structural protein synthesis. In earlier centuries, gene editing sparked intense ethical debate. Now it is routine, but carefully regulated. No heritable modifications are permitted without generational review boards. Humanity learned caution after the era of unsupervised biohacking. The third patient is the most complex and the most human. A 16-year-old boy diagnosed with full immersion dependency syndrome. His neural cortex has been connected almost continuously to hyperreal virtual environments. The simulations are indistinguishable from physical reality. Some people prefer them. Some never want to return. Physically, he is healthy. Neurologically stable. The problem is not malfunction, it is attachment. I disable augmented overlays and sit across from him. No holograms. No projections. Just conversation. In 2126, that feels almost primitive. I explain neural balance. Sensory diversity. The importance of embodied experience, wind against skin, gravity underfoot, unpredictability beyond algorithmic design. Technology can optimize pleasure and minimize discomfort, but meaning does not emerge from perfection. It emerges from friction. Not all medicine is mechanical. Midday, I connect to a remote surgical suite aboard an orbital station. A technician sustained thoracic trauma during an external maintenance operation. Through a quantum encrypted channel, I link into a robotic surgical array. A tactile feedback suit translates mechanical movements into sensation. When I move my fingers, robotic manipulators mirror them with sub-millisecond latency. We replace damaged pulmonary tissue with a lab-grown biomodule engineered for low-pressure adaptation. Space medicine is now its own discipline. Human bodies behave differently beyond Earth. Our textbooks have expanded beyond planetary biology. Despite extraordinary advancements, disease has not disappeared. It has evolved. We now treat consequences of synthetic microorganisms released for climate repair. We correct neural overload from cognitive augmentation implants. We manage black market genetic enhancements that destabilize metabolic systems. We repair interfaces between organic tissue and machine components. The threats are new. The responsibility is ancient. In the evening, I review the day's metrics. Average global life expectancy has surpassed 140 years. Most cancers are detected at the cellular mutation stage and neutralized before forming tumors. Infectious disease outbreaks are predicted and suppressed in real time by adaptive vaccine platforms. And yet, psychological fatigue has increased. Living longer does not automatically mean living well. Extended lifespan introduces existential strain. Multiple careers, multiple identities, repeated reinvention. Some patients struggle not with dying, but with continuing. Medicine is no longer only about survival. It is about sustainability, biological, mental, and digital. Before sleep, my own health interface performs a full diagnostic sweep: blood chemistry, hormonal flux, neural rhythm integrity. I review the results manually. Even in an age of flawless automation, a physician must remain accountable for their own biology. I stand by the window and look at the city skyline. Emergency drones move silently between towers. Above, the faint shimmer of orbital platforms crosses the night sky. Humanity has expanded beyond the planet that shaped it, yet the human body remains both resilient and fragile. I am a doctor in 2126. I work with cells, code, nanomachines, and consciousness models. I make decisions informed by more data than any generation before me. I collaborate with artificial intelligence that never sleeps. But when a patient looks at me with fear or hope, none of that matters first. What matters is presence, responsibility, restraint. Technology has transformed medicine. It has not replaced humanity.